up the podcast. We got the nerd button on repeat, and we're gonna smash. Come on in, I assure you that we're open. Shoe polish on our signs, cause our locks are always broken. You need that view askew? You know we got you, dude. Showing gratitude and always smiling, never rude. Top 5 movie reviews and what's new. We bring in all the big guns when we coming through. Welcome to the stage. Come on, enjoy the taste. Hurry up, don't come in late. You know we love it, the sacred stage.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Live from the Secret Stash. I am one of 2 hosts tonight, Christian Cordes, joined always by...
I am Michael Zapsik, and our big shout out to our lovely other third co-host, Julia Zapsik, who is helping out a friend in Florida right now.
Being the best of friends.
Being the best of friends. Hello, everybody. How we doing?
We're doing good. How you doing, Mike? How was your day at the Stash today?
I am swell. We did, it's a great day. Great day at the Stash. Every day at the Stash is a great day. But today is New Comics Day.
Ooh, okay.
Gotta love that. And let me see. Nothing. I was just very, very psyched about being
True. We also took off last week. So was there anything going on that we can let the good people know? Update like
yes.
we
Oh
went
my
down
god!
because we
Thank you
experienced
so
some
much.
stuff.
We did. We experienced life, folks.
Yeah.
But this past weekend, we did a signing with Philip Kennedy Johnson.
That's right. How'd it go?
It went phenomenally. Philip is such a great guy. He's active military.
Mm-hmm.
He retires in 2 years from active military. He's got an insane schedule. He pushes himself really, really hard. He's writing 4 or 5 books right now.
Damn, man.
Action,
active in the military,
and he's actually active military. So, and he brought his family up. They couldn't be nicer. His wife Alana and his son Anders, they were phenomenal. So we got to meet them and hang out with them a little bit. And it's really nice when we have somebody here at the Stash. And we do a signing because we never charge.
That's one of the
ever.
things I think is really cool about it, because you're able to work it out where they come in and it's more or less like, hey, just come in. You can chat with them, sign a book.
Yes.
Like, that's a really cool thing. Where most would just sell tickets and go out the door. But you guys, it does support even the people who are inspired to be comic book writers and artists.
And I think
that's
fantastic. I think that's part of what we're trying to get out there now, is like have people come in and it's like, oh, we're a community. We're a comic book community. That's really cool. And so, I mean, we're encouraging that as much as we possibly can. And it was a lot of fun. So we had Philip and his family were here. Thank you so much, Philip. I now consider him a friend. It's awesome. It's like,
that's
hey,
dope.
My friend writes Alien, and my friend writes Action Comics with Superman. So
that's gotta feel nice.
It was really, really cool. And just sitting here like shooting the shit with him, he told me stuff that I can't tell anybody, which
not yet.
But when it happens, when it drops,
we'll drop the mic.
Oh, you kidding? I'm hoping to get him on
like on here.
Yeah, we'll zoom him in and it'll be really cool.
That would be dope.
So
speaking of really cool, you also hosted
yes.
The great Lloyd Kaufman in the screening of his newest produced flick, Eating Miss Daisy?
Eating Miss Campbell from Troma Films.
From Troma Films.
I am such a huge Troma film fan. I mean, I go way back. We were, my father was, he got gifted by one of his patients in, let's say, I think it was 1982, a VCR. So we were like
82. That's a pretty.
Oh wait,
that's a damn good gift.
When was oh my god, this thing! If you dropped it from like a height of 3 feet, you could crush someone's foot.
Sounds about right.
I'm trying to think. When was the finale of MASH? Can somebody give me that? I think it was 1981 or 82.
First person to say it in the comments gets my love and admiration.
Good deal. Wow, nice.
I know the answer, but
talk to me. Oh, wait a minute. All right, there you go. All right, cool. Oh my God. So we had it for 6 months at that time, so 1982. So 1982, we had gotten VCR, which was like the
newest thing.
It was the newest thing. And
wait, that didn't have ads by Leonard Nimoy, did it? Or was that the Laserdisc?
I think those were laser discs.
Yeah, that's Laserdisc. My bad.
It came with a remote control, which was actually a button on the end of a wire that you plugged in. It was like a 30-foot wire, and it went, but that's how you paused. Or you sent your, how old was I? You sent your 14-year-old kid to go and press pause. Yeah. So, but we went to video stores were just starting to pop up around here. There's a place called Phaser Video.
What a great name.
It's PHASOR Video, Phaser. And they were over on the opposite side of the tracks.
Chrissy Wiseman, you get my love and admiration. Next time you see me, you get one of my
Chrissy.
amazing patent-pending hugs. There you go.
Are. So, and we went in there right after my father got it, and we joined up. And they only had like 10 videotapes up there. So we ended up watching, they had 10, and I think like 15 Betamax.
But like, what's crazy is that was enough to start a business where it was like,
I know, yeah.
Where like
there were, it was almost as if they looked at the Star Wars action figures, and they're like, we will be getting more in. So join up, and we'll take your money. And
I mean, it was a winning business model back in those days.
Back in the day, yeah. Promise people like, hey, yeah, we're gonna have a lot more stuff coming in when it comes out. But for now,
this is what we got.
Yeah, this is what we have, which is watch Year of Living Dangerously and For Your Eyes Only. Watch those two incessantly. But once they got up and moving, Phaser was the place to go. There was Felice's Follies here on Broad Street, but Phaser was always on the not quite opposite side of the tracks, but in that section of Red Bank. They were always on the west side.
Okay.
The west side of Red Bank, it was never bad, but it was not like...
Yeah. But
right
that's
here
where
you got heavy...
But let me guess, that's where you got a Troma tape or
That's
Troma
where
movie.
I got Blood-Sucking Freaks, which was not rated and was the first... I'm not going to say official. It wasn't the first official Troma film, but it was the first film that Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hertz had backed, who are essentially Troma. So they backed that one, and they parlayed that into another movie, which I think almost bankrupted them. And then Lloyd came up with the idea for New Jersey's first superhero, the Toxic Avenger. Yes.
Which just wrapped its remake not too long ago.
Lovely.
with Peter Dinklage as the Toxic Avenger.
That is awesome.
I know, right? I'm actually like kind of hyped to see this because apparently Lloyd was like very involved.
That's
so
great.
I'm like, so we're getting a big budget Troma movie?
No, but that doesn't matter. Peter's like, you know what? I'm sure because he's from Paterson. I'm almost positive he's from Paterson, New Jersey. He's a Jersey boy. He is not from Westeros. He is actually from New Jersey.
Let me see.
Not Lloyd. Lloyd is from New Jersey, but Peter Dinklage.
Oh, Peter Dinklage.
I'm talking about Peter Dinklage.
Peter, let's see. Peter, where are you from? Oh, wow. He's from Morristown.
Morristown. There you go. I was close.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I'm sure he's like, I want to be in a Troma film. Not only do I want to be the Toxic Avenger.
You're a dick, Chris.
What did he say?
Mini Toxie?
Oh, that is a douche move, Chris.
You're a dick. Oh, shout out to Chris. We love you. Oh, man. But yeah, no,
So yeah, I was hyped for it, and eating Miss Campbell, I was gonna get it. I'm the one who had to get it for you. Eating Miss Campbell was a charming film. It was actually charming because it was 3/4 English and 1/4 Troma. So you had this quirky little, with the English sensibilities.
You had like almost Monty Python-esque in a Troma flick.
Yes, almost.
Almost.
Yes.
But like it was the you could see the influences. I had fun with it too. It was a good time. I was watching it from up in the booth. I was like, this is actually kind of cool.
But I went up there and
hosted.
I hosted, and Liam was what's his last name? I'm sorry. Oh shit, this sucks. Liam Regan. I'm sorry. I didn't even need your help. Liam Regan, the director of Eating Miss Campbell, very nice guy. Just started. He took over, and I was like,
cool,
freaking tastic. This is. I just stood off.
I
on the
watched
side.
you kind of slink off stage.
I did. I wasn't slinking.
No, I'm just messing with you.
I slid off because they deserve to be in the spotlight. This is their night, not mine. So I just took like 3 steps back, and
well, because it looked slinking to me only because we were filming it too.
Okay.
So I had the frame, and you're there in the beginning, but then all of a sudden.
Yeah, moving on
over, and Mike is gone. But then towards the end, when you guys were joking, it came back. But it was still like, it was really, really fun. And Lloyd brought a great energy, not the usual crowd we have at Smodcastle. A lot of Troma fans came through.
Huge amount of Troma fans, and that's why I was more than happy to give it up. I was like, you guys are not here for me. You didn't come for Kevin. You didn't come for Ernie. You didn't come for Ashley. You didn't come for Christian. You came for Lloyd and Troma Films and for Liam. And I was, you know what? That to me warmed my heart. I was like, this is awesome. This is the way that fandom should be. And so
Tromaville rolled out.
Tromaville, and there were like repeat offenders there. I had seen people that I saw like up on the big screen. And Vito, who was my man Vito, he comes up to me, and actually Lloyd, when Ernie first introduced Lloyd and the Troma team up there, I heard there was this ear-piercing scream from directly behind me, like in my ear. I'm like, and I'm like, am I bleeding? And I look back, and it was Vito, who was one of the characters in the movie. And I was like, I looked at him, and he's like, hey, I'm really excited. I'm in this movie. I'm like, no problem. And so I'm watching, and lo and behold, boom, there he is. I'm like, holy shit, there he is.
There he is.
He wasn't
That's my
lying to me.
friend. I like it.
And I'm like, that's my new best friend. Vito's my new best friend.
Weren't you in a Troma movie?
No, I was not.
You were not?
No.
Oh.
But I will tell a little story about that. And I think I told it that night, but I'm going to tell it here.
Story time.
It's story time, folks. So Lloyd was on Comic Book Men, and we had some fictions for the show. Mainly that, Brian hung out at the secret stash all the time, and that Ming actually worked at the stash. Ming didn't. So, but, we bent reality a little bit, which is just a touch. But, I mean, Ming was Kevin's IT guy for many years. Mm-hmm. So, they brought Lloyd in, and Lloyd, you're right. There is absolutely no energy like Lloyd Kaufman energy.
No, man.
He brings it, and he is just he's infectious that, and not in a, STD kind of way. He is infectious in, like...
he would take it gladly that way,
He probably would, too.
He probably would. He'd be like,
I am.
God damn, you're right.
I'm a New Jersey STD. But he brings this joy. And we were...
So good.
The whole premise behind the Comic Book Men episode was we were all vying to be in Lloyd's movie, which is called Shakespeare's Shitstorm. Mm-hmm. So, which is a play on Tempest, The Tempest. So, we're going through our paces, and there's a lot of stuff that's going on, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not, and I'm just like, dude,
you're thinking it out.
Yeah, I'm like, no,
like,
there's
nah.
no way that I'm doing that. And Lloyd liked that. And he came up to, actually, the last thing that we went through was having our heads smashed. But it was a watermelon getting smashed instead of our heads. But I'm down there, and I'm covered in watermelon all over the place, just like, and I'm looking up.
Guts.
I'm just laying back, and there's shit like falling off my face, and I'm like, motherfucker. And I've got like watermelon seeds in my beard. And Lloyd comes up to me. He looks down. He's like, you know what, kid? He's like, I swear to God, if they didn't already say that Ming was getting the part, I'd cast you. And I'm like, aw. I said, that is so sweet because they, we know how stuff is going to end up.
Yeah.
So that was, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. So Ming got to be in a Lloyd Kaufman movie, but Ming also had to wear prosthetic breasts. So he had, I think there were D cups, and yeah, there's no way that a woman can look at a man who's got.
Yeah, no, you attract a particular type,
yeah,
but maybe not the one you want.
Yeah, exactly.
But
hey, whatever. But it wasn't a fit for me. So,
Charles, no, they were great breasts.
I'm sure they were, Charles.
Sure
but
they were.
Guess what? They weren't for me. So
that's awesome, though. I got a chance to briefly talk with him as he was leaving, and like I held the door open for him as he was leaving, and he was like, "Thank you. What's your? Oh, you're the audio guy." He was like taking the time to like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm a filmmaker too, but I work at I work at Smodcastle." He's like, "You are?" Hands me his business card.
That's great, right?
And I was like, "That's so cool."
That
I
is.
was like, I got goosebumps thinking about it because I was like, I've always appreciated what Troma has done for like B movies, like especially even now.
Oh dear God, yes.
Where it's like, I think that those kind of movies are important, in a weird way. Like I understand the current landscape of movies, what are big and what's not, but I think that with having those type of films, it injects a healthy level of variety into what you can consume on a fucking day-to-day basis in terms of just like media in general and fun things. Like I wish that there were more of them in theaters, but like come on, you're going to have a good time when you put on a Troma flick.
It's very true. And I will say this, and this is why I lament the death of the video store, because, there were the bat wings, the bat wing doors, and you knew back there, it's like adults only. You go through there,
You get in trouble.
you're getting, someone's getting an ass whooping. But if right next to it, there were the B movie, the horror movies.
Yeah. What's up, Shane?
And many of my formative years were like City of the Living Dead, and some of the Bava films, Mario Bava and Luciano Argento, or I'm sorry, Lucio Argento, and his daughter Asia, and he's got a son who does it, and Bava's got a son who does it too. But that's how I found out about that stuff. That and Chiller Theater, like the actual like Channel 11 Chiller.
Yeah.
Which is, that was amazing to me.
But because you get gems that you would never normally find.
No.
Like even the classic Night of the Living Dead film, because they had their copyright issues, but it was always in circulation on VHS.
Yes.
And then movies like Chopping Mall wouldn't even exist.
Oh my God!
Without the birth of the VHS, like
here's what's insane. Kelly Maroney, who was in Chopping Mall, follows me. How awesome is that?
That's pretty dope.
And Barbara Crampton. I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool.
You're just geeking out about it because
know.
you're like, no way.
I was like, holy crap.
Oh my God, that was because that's one of my favorite B movies as well. Not Troma, but at the same time, they just kept making these like just such fun schlock films, and because they know what they are.
Return of the Living Dead, fantastic. And I lament not just the death of the video store, but the death of the drive-in.
Yeah,
because you could watch that stuff, and I saw Return of the Living Dead over at the Hazlitt drive-in theater.
Where Cinemark is.
Cinemark is, yes.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, if I ever win the lottery, when I win the lottery, you got to be positive about these things, folks. When I win the lottery, I'm buying like
buying land?
Buying a shit ton of acres, and I'm going to create a drive-in movie club. It's going to be like
Ooh.
It's like a a swim club. How cool is that?
That's a cool idea.
You got two, like, going one way and the other way.
The Zapsic Drive-In has a great ring to
Of course it does,
That's-
doesn't it?
That has a really cool ring
Or the
to it.
Zaplight Cinemas.
Zaplight Cinemas!
Or the
Yo!
Zaplight Drive-In.
Oh, man, that would be crazy.
And I would show nothing but B movies and some really cool shit from my childhood. I saw, Nightmare on Elm Street. I saw House. These are great movies that nobody thinks about these days. I saw them all at the movie theater, but I buy it and we encircle it with that the shit they use on the Parkway. That sound baffling stuff.
Yeah. One of the, what would be really, really cool?
World's best snack bar there.
At this place that you were
Oh, yeah. It's right in between both of the drive-ins. Because there'll be a thing up, too.
Okay.
So it's like right in the center, and you can go up on the roof and dine there and have the world's greatest snack bar stuff, like
premium popcorn.
yeah, no, not just premium. I'm talking like Milk Duds that are like this big. How awesome would that be?
Man.
Like for dessert, and you get popcorn crusted chicken with a nice light béarnaise sauce.
I want this place to exist
So
so
do
badly.
I know.
Like,
Well,
now
then-
I'm mad that this doesn't exist
Then
yet.
start giving me some really
Come
kick-ass
on.
lottery numbers.
Come
That's what
on,
I'm asking
man.
for.
Come on, people. If you got some winning lottery numbers, you
Yeah,
know what
give
to
'em to me.
invest in.
So
Oh,
yeah,
my
I'm
God.
seeing all these people put up like Brain Dead. That was a great movie. Dead Alive. That was another
Dead
one.
Alive. Okay,
Shit,
there
yeah.
we go.
How about Deadly Friend?
I don't know Deadly Friend.
Oh, that was very early. Kirsty Swanson and Matthew Lamoureux, who was Lamoureux, who
Joe
was
just gave you a whole list of numbers.
Joe. I'm gonna play him then. But that was
What was the movie called?
Deadly Friend.
Deadly Friend.
Yes, it was Matthew Lamoureux, who was Laura Ingalls' stepbrother in Little House on the Prairie.
Okay. I'm like adding. I've got all these. So I've
is
got
that for
just-
me?
No, this is my list of like movies that I should
Okay.
watch.
Oh, shit.
And I'm always like updating it because like some of these, there's like obvious ones, but then there's like obscure ones that I'd only heard in like passing. I'm so excited. I've been trying to dive into these just on the regular, so I'm excited to add that.
Look
to
at
the
Chrissy
list.
Wiseman's just giving me all these great movies. So
People in
yeah,
the States.
these are all Chrissy. Give me your lottery picks, and I'll put them down, and I'll give you a 10% stake. Anyone gives me winning lottery numbers, I'll give you a 10% stake in the Zaplight Drive-In.
You heard it here first,
Yeah,
folks.
10% stake.
I'll do all the let's all go to the lobby
So, yeah.
advertisements for you.
Hell yeah, you will. I'll have Chrissy and Chris McDonald do the animation.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah. And like I said, it'd be a club. You pay what, like $250? No, $500
Like for a year?
per season, because you've got between May. Let's even do April and October, and you can go to the drive-in 10 times with however many people in
But
your
in
car.
that 500, what is the package deal there?
You get to go any 10.
Any 10 times.
Yeah. Because take a look at prices for drive-ins.
That's very
They charge
true.
by the people.
They do. There's only one left in this state that I've been to.
Down
and
in
it is-
Vineland?
Yeah, it's fun. But it's a little pricey.
And it's
But it's rightfully so, because I mean it's unfortunate, but like that business is just a dying breed.
Of
Like,
course it is.
You don't open a new drive-in movie theater, which is a really unfortunate thing to say, considering they were really helpful during the pandemic, when all these pop-up drive-ins were a thing. But what was I going to tell you? This would be like the closing thought for me in terms of B movies in theaters. You know how AMC right now is like everybody's like kind of going up in arms because they're going to introduce like pricing based on the seating.
They're preferred seating.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of that per se, but like if they're gonna do more stuff like that, like, and apparently they're also gonna charge more for bigger event movies, like Marvel movies will get like a higher price, a bump.
Okay.
But like, I think that if they're gonna do stuff like that, then they need to have more opportunities to put the smaller movies into theaters as well.
Shit, yeah.
Just to give people the variety of like, listen, if all this shit is just gonna be remakes and sequels, put some fucking Troma schlock in the fucking theater and let it make $3 million in like 4 weeks. Like fucking, like even like movies like Terrifier 2, which made fucking almost $15 million on a $800,000 budget.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I think that's the way to do it. Just more, you're getting more and more of these numbers, man.
I know.
Hey, this is
I'm
awesome.
gonna take them, so that's good.
But I'm definitely in for this drive-in thing.
Oh yeah,
but
hell yeah.
But the event,
Actually, you would be the guy that I come to. I'm like, come on, we're gonna spec this out, because you would do the technical specs for me, and you would have to learn that new genre.
oh man, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, because
I would honestly retire if I could just run a drive-in. Like if that was the case, and if somehow you won the lottery and you were like, Christian, I want you to run this for me, I would do it in a heartbeat, because then I could make my movies and do whatever I want on the side.
And you do your triple features.
I do my triple features.
Right. And I would take over I'd make sure that we've got like the snack bar going good. Yeah, and seating up top just so you could like watch your movie.
Yeah.
That'd be badass.
This
We
is
could
the
also
dream.
do like a flea market during the day.
Okay, there you go.
So yes.
That's.
But they have to break down. They have to break down and clean up their stuff. If they don't clean up their stuff, we break their legs on their way out.
And that's written in the contract.
That's
Like
in
there's
the contract.
no going around it.
Yes.
But it was a fun event, and I hope Lloyd comes back with another movie.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Plans are in the works, from what I understand.
We definitely need to do like.
How about
like a
Toxic Avenger,
Toxic
the
Avenger
remake?
night? We need to do it.
And can you imagine if we could get Peter Dinklage down here? How awesome
We'd
would that
sell
be?
out like that.
Of course we would.
Peter, I know you watch.
Peter, you're watching right now.
Come on.
Because we're on your wavelength. Fuck the suits, right, Peter? We're simpatico.
Whoa! John presented an interesting theory. If Spirit Halloween opened drive-ins with the same business model as their costume shops, we'd have them all over.
Yes, but I think it's expensive because as Ernie and Kevin and Ashley have told me about theaters, yeah, it's the concessions that
You're not in the movie showing business.
No.
You're in the candy business.
you're in the popcorn selling business, which is I understand completely. But as a matter of fact, I heard that from Stephen King in when he was writing as Richard Bachman.
Oh, word.
Yeah. In the Road Rage. It was Road Rage. In one of them, yeah. There was a guy who said that the concessions pay for, like, the entire...
I'm not surprised. I mean,
And this is back in, like, 1980.
it's probably more true now than ever.
I have no doubt.
Sell booze and edibles. You'll make bank. You're not wrong.
But I also don't want cops to be hanging out and,
Make it a hot spot. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as you leave the theater, it's like
you're
lights
dead.
on.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no.
And it's going to happen no matter what you do.
Oh, without a doubt. But at the same time, it's
You don't want to
still-
encourage it.
Yeah, but we don't necessarily talk down if you partake.
No, we don't.
We don't.
But we should have a breathalyzer and it'll put the arm up. There you go.
To leave the theater, you must
must-
blow in this. Take a tissue.
You
wipe
must
it
have a
down.
blood alcohol level of less than 0.5%
Oh man,
or 0.05.
I like this idea because let's say this opened somehow. Let's say this opened this year, and it would open just in time for the Flash.
Oh.
Did you
wow.
see that trailer?
That trailer looks insane.
How am I? Yeah, that trailer.
There are some people who said that they saw Christian Bale as Batman in that trailer. And there's some people who said that they saw George Clooney Batman in that trailer.
What?
Yeah. There were some people on Twitter like, hey, that was George Clooney. I was like, nah, I don't think so.
That's not who that
But it
is.
might have been. Because my eyes are getting old. And, I mean, for God's sakes.
I I'm conflicted about the Flash movie. That trailer looked great, but I think it's kind of funny when they put out a trailer for the Flash and the only thing everybody's talking about is Batman.
Well, yeah.
But having Keaton back when he said I'm Batman, straight chills, man.
Okay.
When they turned the lights on in the Batcave
and they threw they took the tarp off of the Batmobile.
Yep.
That was pretty badass. But here's my thing. Springboarding off of that, Indiana Jones. What did you think about that?
Oh my God. I've been hype since they announced that this was a thing. I was a little worried when Spielberg dropped out, but now
I wouldn't have been. I mean, that was actually for me. Yeah, because he did Crystal Skull.
Listen, it's also Steven Spielberg.
I know, but it's Spielberg, and he directed Crystal Skull, correct?
Yeah, okay, fine. But
and like you said, everybody's got to have a stinker every now and then.
That's very
well, that was before we actually came on the air. But yeah, we were talking about somebody, and we'll get to him in a second.
Just a bit. But yeah, no, oh man, I'm excited. And knowing that it's James, I can never get his last name right. James Mangold Magold, who did Ford versus Ferrari and The Wolverine.
Yes.
He's helming this movie, and it just looks magnificent. It looks like the send-off that Harrison's Ford legendary character deserved. Like, I am excited to see it for sure. That is probably my hope. Does it come out this year or next year?
I don't know. I think it's this year.
I hope it's this year. I'm Batman. The best worst thing ever.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. I'm still mad at Spielberg for Ready Player One. What? I like that movie.
Yeah, but he loved the book, I'm sure.
John,
you're a big fan of the book.
Big fan of the book, huh?
I get you. And believe me, I understand. But visually, Ready Player One was eye candy. And I'm also I read it. And I also listened to the audiobook. I'm a weirdo that way. I'll do both. But I read it, and then to have Will Wheaton do the audiobook is just so fantastic because he was, skirting that, jumping over that
line a bit.
Well, the dimensions.
Oh, okay.
The nerd dimensions.
Oh, the Oasis. Yeah.
Yes.
I never read the book per se. I have to go off of the movie, and I mean maybe one day I will get around to reading it. But I really enjoyed that flick for what it was because it felt like the return, at least momentarily, of like that old school. Despite being a CGI fest galore, it felt like the return of kind of the old school blockbuster for just a moment.
Yeah,
like it felt like something that would have been made in the '80s, where everything in that would have been live action.
Like the logical successor to Tron.
Yeah.
So I get that. I get that.
And in a world
completely.
where I'm not getting the proper Tron Legacy sequel that I damn well want,
and deserve,
and I don't want fucking Jared Leto in it, like it's apparently going to be.
I don't want no Jared Leto in nothing of mine.
Yeah, apparently he's
not even allowed to use our bathroom.
Yeah, folks, actually says no Jared Leto on the bathroom in here in the secret stash. But yeah, no, I'm a Ready Player One fan for sure. But I am pipe.
We need to talk about what's happening after this podcast.
What?
We're guest host. We're
guesting.
That's
right.
So
we need to.
And we're gonna whatever we don't get to. Christian's got a little list. He was afraid that we were gonna come out here because we were coming out here cold, and he's like, "Well, we're gonna look like morons not having anything to talk about." And I'm like,
"I didn't
when has
say
that ever been a problem? When have you ever known me not to be able to talk about bullshit?"
That's very true.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, there was a lot of stuff that had happened since, well, even last week. A lot of cool trailers dropped, like Guardians 3, which I didn't see, but you did.
I did. It was cute.
Another Marvel trailer.
Yeah, it was. Simply a Marvel trailer, which is fine.
And then they also announced, because it wasn't in James Gunn's initial announcement, that Keanu Reeves as Constantine is coming back.
Not Constantine, folks.
Constantine, because I got corrected.
Yes. Constantine is the non-British. Whoa, I'm a magician. That's and I think I've told you this before. I was not a big Keanu fan back in the day. Mm-hmm. I mean, I saw Permanent Record. That was the very first movie, and I think that was his breakout movie.
It wasn't Bill and Ted?
No, he was before.
He was going before that. Okay.
Permanent Record's about a like the most popular kid in school commits suicide, and it shows everything around.
Oh, that affects that.
Yeah, it affects everybody, and it was.
That sounds heavy.
It was incredible. I was like, "Holy shit! What did I just watch?" And it was like an anvil to the head. I was like, "Holy crap! Why did you drop that on me?" And almost like, and it predates Dead Poets Society.
Oh, okay.
So it had that emotional punch, but it happened
at the beginning. It was still like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like
Keanu. Whoa. Yeah.
That's just from the jump. It was like just a heavy film.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah.
All right. Word
Michelle,
up.
I think it was one of Michelle Mayrink's last movies, and then again a great movie from the video store, Real Genius.
Real Genius.
Yes.
Okay.
With Val Kilmer. You never saw that?
No.
You should put that on your list. Real Genius.
Real Genius.
Val Kilmer, William Atherton,
Okay.
Michelle Mayrink, Patty D'Arbanville. Yes.
All right, we add it to the list. Years into his career, I watched that flick and was blown back. Keanu rules.
Keanu, yes. Kino. Actually, Mr. Reeves earned my respect from everything I've ever heard of him. He just is a stand-up guy and a really, really nice guy. I didn't really like Much Ado About Nothing, but it's all right. Everybody's got to have a stinker every once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, of course, The Matrix. The first Matrix I was like really, really big into.
Oh my God, the first Matrix, I was convinced that everything was a simulation. I'm like, yeah, they got to figure it out.
The real Matrix made the Matrix made it everything just kind of unnerving. I was like, wait, what the fuck? These
Deja vu? Holy fuck.
But I think for me his seminal role will be probably John Wick.
John Wick, of course.
I love those movies. Like, I think that they really helped bring about this wonderful renaissance of action that we've been getting lately. Yes. That I think was just kind of needed, because everything that we had been getting up until that point was either like just Marvel movie action or like direct-to-video type deals where it was kind of like just Liam Neeson starring in something for a paycheck type deal. But
I think that his last one was called Paycheck. So, Johnny Paycheck. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor.
Sure.
And I want you to, I'm going to throw this out there now because I want you to use this as an homage later.
Okay.
In your filmmaking.
Ooh.
What I would like you to do, and this, I'm hoping that this is in your skill set, take a fight scene, take like a 3-minute fight scene from John Wick or John Wick 2 or John Wick 3.
Just a 3-minute fight scene.
Just a 3-minute, one of the 3-minute fight scenes that I'm sure is in there. And sync it up to 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. I would love.
I'll bring that in next week.
That. I would love that.
Oh, I got you. This is going to be...
we will put it up, and I want to see this, because
9 to 5... Okay.
You and I have talked about
We've talked about this because it started on the Orville.
Yes.
9 to 5 is one of the best... Well, it's a great song.
It is. It's a fantastic
It's a great
song.
Dolly Parton song.
It's not only that, but it is an amazing movie.
That is true.
And is that on your list? Or
I've seen that, but it's been a while. But I'll rewatch it for the sake of that.
I watched it like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, that is a fucking great movie. And everybody is still alive who was in that. Well, almost. I'm sure there are a couple people who are dead, but still.
9 to 5. So there's this scene in the Orville that has a fight scene set to that song, and it's unironically like badass.
It is. It's not just a fight scene. It's like it's an outer space. It's a spaceship.
It's a laser battle fight, a spaceship fight.
Yeah, and
it's awesome. It's one of like the coolest moments in like the first season of the Orville. Christian, if you're doing that, also do it to the Muppet Show theme song. A fight show set to that. Why not? I mean,
it'd be much
shorter. It'd be much shorter, but like, and definitely much more bizarre.
How about the Matrix? I'd love to see the Matrix with the Muppet Show theme. Would that be cool?
That could be cool.
All right, cool. And that'll be 2 weeks, Mark.
That'll be I actually like these little challenges. In. So I got to do something from John Wick to 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, do you just want that scene set to 9 to 5, or do you want me to try and fit it to the rhythm of the song a little bit?
I would like to see
fit it to the.
I'd love to see that.
All right, cool. That's a cool idea. Christian, do something with Mr. Downtown, probably some meat on those bones. Oh, that's not a bad idea. No, you have to write the Rookie song. I got to write a song about the Rookie? Oh, okay, because he's referring to, I did that Orville track a couple of months ago. I haven't, because I was trying to turn that into like something I would do on the regular, which was like Nerdcore Music Corner, where I would just take something that inspired me and turn it into a song.
Okay.
I might do that with the Rookie. That's not a bad idea. I do like that show, but my raps are corny.
I still like them.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely going to do that because cool. I actually put it into a script I'm working on.
Fantastic.
But it fits so well because it actually thematically fits.
Cool. So we didn't tell people what's happening after the podcast is over. We've been trying to get there, folks.
Working 9 to 5.
But we just keep missing the mark. We are going to be guesting over at US Comics.
Right after this show, basically.
Right after this show. So stick around. And can we put up the link?
Yeah, we can. I'll put it up in the description.
Yeah, Charles and John, when you get a chance, if you can throw that up there for us, we'll
let people know where to find it.
Yeah, put it in the comments. That's awesome. So,
but we're gonna literally, as soon as this show is over, we're gonna go head on to that show.
You're jumping
and
right
that
in.
Starts at 8:00 on their pages. So
yeah, so we have a couple of minutes.
We do have a couple minutes, but Mike, we've been talking for a little bit. I think it might be top 5 time.
I believe it is.
Top 5! Top 5! Top 5! Yeah! Top 5! Top 5! Top 5! Yeah! Top 5!
What do we got?
All right, your top 5, folks. Here we go from the stacks of Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. We have our top 5 this week, February 15th, 2023. Mm-hmm. Number 1, and these are in no particular order, but just the way that I grabbed them. Fantastic Four, number 4. Now, something happened with the Fantastic Four that made them split up. You're going to find out what happened right here.
Okay.
All right. Frank Miller presents Pandora. This is a favorite of mine because it's actually written by Frank, and it's drawn beautifully by Emma Kubert.
I looked at this one a little bit before the show. It is actually really cool.
Beautiful. Love this. I've met Emma. She is an amazing artist, an amazing person. And
That's
I just love this. It's it's got a touch of Lord of the Rings and a touch of the Goonies and a touch of what else can I throw in there? It's very I
like that sales pitch.
It checks a lot of the boxes.
I'm about it.
Next up is with this is very cool. DC Universe Lazarus Planet Dark Fate. So we're getting closer to seeing what the hell the complete fallout is from the Lazarus pits all exploding in a volcanic eruption.
Okay.
And this gets us just a little bit closer to the end game.
Ooh.
I've got Invincible Iron Man #3. This is the autobiography of Tony Stark. This is really well worth the pickup. Jerry Dugan is one of my favorite writers these days. Him, there are a couple.
Dugan?
Jerry Dugan.
Name to look out for, people.
Yes. Well, I mean, he's still pretty big up there. And we might see a little bit. I'm not going to spoil anything. And this is really cool. Another one of my faves, Danger Street. This is Danger Street #3. And this is like a cool concept. Mm-hmm. Back in the 70s, they did a first issue. It was called First Issue Specials. And sure. So Metamorpho was in there. The Green Team. Starfire. Who else was in there? Starman. The Blue Starman. Mm-hmm. We had Atlas. Agent. Oh God. Well, I'm sorry. I'm.
It's one of those. It's okay.
It is. But just a bunch of like B and D string superheroes, and this brings them all together. Oh, and the New Gods were in here, of course, and Manhunter.
Oh, okay.
So, oh wait a minute. It was Codename Assassin. That's what his name was. Not Agent anything. And this just brings them all together, and this is Tom King. So
those were the top 5.
There's your top 5.
I dig it. So I had a comment earlier that I just kind of missed from Josh Petrino. He's a good buddy of mine. Christian, when are we doing a shot-for-shot remake of Heat with the Muppets? So, Mike, when you win this lottery,
yes,
it's been shown that Disney doesn't give two shits about the Muppets. If you let me and Josh pitch this, and we have the financier ready.
You damn straight. Yeah.
See, Josh, we got a deal. We just got to call Disney. They'll let us do it.
And
they
you
would.
Throw me 2 numbers for that Powerball. Come on, man. I should take everybody. Everybody should like throw 2 like numbers at me, and I'll take the.
Another B movie this is one of my favorites. Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp's fantastic.
That movie freaked me out, especially the ending.
You and me both. I saw it in theaters.
That face haunts me.
Oh my God, so pretty yet so.
You know why it's so creepy? One of my homies does special effects makeup, and we were talking about this, and she was like, "I know how they got that effect." I was like, "Effect?" They were like, "Oh yeah, that face is a mask with glass eyes that they put over the face of the actor playing him, who is still unknown to this day." And they said that the effect was so creepy that the guy who created the mask destroyed the mold because he was like, never again.
Wow.
I love that. I love that story.
All right, so there we go.
Cue everyone suggesting number 3 and 7.
All right, those 2 are done.
Have you ever tried to play those?
37, no. 37, 37, no. And pick 3. No, fuck.
No.
Sorry.
Oh, man.
You have homework.
I do have homework.
Besides your homework.
I have this behemoth to read.
Behemoth.
I mean, this is a pretty big book, but it looks like a breezy read.
Behemoth, not Bohemoth.
All right, Behemoth. Like there we go. Fine. Julia's word of the week, and she's not even here.
Behemoth. Here you go. This is Supreme, the story of the year. This was written by Alan Moore, the great Alan Moore, with art by Chris Sprouse, Joe Bennett, Rick Veitch, Alex Ross did covers. This is a love letter to Superman from the 1960s. This is amazing. It is one of my favorite stories. You're gonna see why. And Supreme is from
who did this book, by the way?
The book is Rob Liefeld created Supreme when Image.
Deadpool creator?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
When all the Marvel the Marvel artists left Marvel. Let's see how many times I can get the word Marvel in a sentence. When they left, they brought with them ideas for new comics. So they created them like Youngblood, Wildcats. And they were all, like Jim Lee did Wildcats. Rob Liefeld did Youngblood. He farmed this out, Supreme. This was his. Mm-hmm. So they all had like a slice of the universe. There's Stormwatch, which you're going to know about because they became the Authority. But that's like further down the line. in the beginning, they were huge, and it was all pretty much like a new canvas that they were painting on.
Yeah, because I mean it's their own.
But it's also, Stormwatch was Shield with superheroes. Supreme was Superman without a conscience. So if you're like, what was that? Brightburn?
Yeah.
Brightburn got the idea from Supreme. Supreme was like, screw you. Screw you, criminals. You're making Megalopolis into a shithole. Used his Vision Supreme to destroy him. So they took all that stuff. But later on, when sales started to flag on these, they brought in some...
Does it mix art styles?
They do, very much so.
I liked that because it went from like a very old school Superman look to more of the new age stuff.
And then you're going to see...
Mickey Mouse?
They did this, like right here.
Whoa.
This is aping like Mad Magazine style, which is...
That's wicked.
Then they're aping, where is it? Like the 1950s style right there. There you go. How cool is that?
That's pretty damn cool, actually.
This is badass. So
that's awesome.
So they got Rob Liefeld got Alan Moore to write this, and Stormwatch was taken over by Warren Ellis. Another, it was like the Brits, coming over here and doing another, British invasion.
I dig this. I'm excited to dive into this.
And Brian Hitch is famous for... We wouldn't have the Marvel Cinematic Universe if it wasn't for Brian Hitch, who started doing... He did stuff for Marvel, but he really, made his bones doing this...
Doing these type of stories.
Yeah, doing the Wildstorm stuff, like Stormwatch and The Authority.
That's dope.
And The Authority begat the Ultimates, which is what the basis for the Avengers is.
Oh, so that's why... Okay.
Like Nick Fury in the Ultimate Universe is black, and he's Samuel L. Jackson because that's the way that Brian Hitch drew him.
After Samuel L. Jackson.
No, before.
No, but like he drew him he drew him to look like him.
Yes, very much so. And then they cast
There's no
him.
way he could say no.
Exactly. It's like, no, sorry. I mean, you could say no, but you're disappointing the kids. You're right here.
Someone also pointed out that when Hasselhoff played Nick Fury, that he actually kind of looked like him in the old books.
He did.
He did?
Yeah.
Well,
he grayed up his temples, and he had the cigar and the eye patch. It's really not that difficult. If you can get the scruff done right, you're good. You're golden.
But do you think that this new iteration of Nick Fury is kind of like
superior? He's superior to the old Nick Fury?
Do you? I'm curious.
Well, let's put it this way. Sergeant Fury was back in World War II. That's 70 years ago. It's really difficult to
relate to that as much now.
And to have people be like, well, he took this serum, and I would kill somebody to get that serum. So there you are. So Christian's fading, folks. So this is his.
That's my homework.
This is his homework. So next week we will talk about this.
Next week we'll talk about this and also that other book you gave me.
The rest of the...
No, the other one. You gave me another book after that.
Which one did I give you?
It's in my backpack.
All right,
but we'll cover that. Next week will just be Comic College, where we just go through all the assignments I have.
Top 5 and just Comic College.
I am totally okay with that.
Yeah, that's perfectly
this has been
fine.
good reading. I am excited to dive into that, though.
Damn straight.
That's going to be good. I think this might be the end of the show for us on here. And then we're going to hop over to Charles and John's page.
Yes, we will.
I'll be there live at 8 o'clock.
We will. We're going to do a little game planning with them. But, folks, thank you so much. We do this for you.
We do.
Well, actually, we do it for us because it amuses the shit out of us. And, by the way, have you noticed no cursing tonight from me? Except for that little burst right there.
Whoa.
I know. Almost
this was
no
a
cursing.
PG episode?
This was, yes, this was a PG. You could have brought the kids and sat down and watched us.
Oh, well, we did talk about Shakespeare.
Oh, shitstorm.
Shitstorm.
Well,
Now we're in PG-13 territory.
but I didn't.
We're still good.
I didn't use the T word. I used the B word. I said boobies.
That's true. Okay, we're all right. We're still in clean-ish territory.
That's anatomically correct, right?
Yeah. Oh, I love doing this.
U.S.
show, man.
Comics Company. Folks, swing over there. Right after this, we're going to be doing that in about 15 minutes.
Pretty much.
So, yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you there. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Live from the Secret Stash. Take care.
We'll see you next week.
Hey kids, we're live at the Secret Stash with Mike, Julia, and Christian. It's a hella bash. Tune in and check out the podcast. We got the nerd button on repeat and we're gonna smash. Come on in, I assure you that we're open shoe polish on our signs, cause our locks are always broken. You need that view askew? You know we got you, dude. Showing gratitude and always smiling, never rude. Top 5 movie reviews and what's new. We bring in all the big guns when we coming through. Welcome to the stage. Come on, enjoy the day. Hurry up, don't come in late. You know we love it, the sacred stage.